Hi, welcome back, it's Susan. I'm going to show you how to make this card today using a stencil. This is Gina K Lush Leaves, and I'm going to ink this stencil. Pop it through the die cutting machine with the tan mat. So I'm going to pop some ink onto my brayer and pop it on to the stencil. Trying to give even pressure as I'm doing this and a nice coat. So once that's gone through, you can see the actual finish you're going to get with that embossing mat, and it transfers the ink to the background. So it's really subtle like I wanted, but shows them leaves up beautifully. I'm going to trim it down to my size, just with that guillotine. And choosing a stamp set, this is also a Gina K, it's called Perfect Poinsettia, and it's a layered stamp set. And these are my tips, what I do. So I've already cut some leaves out because I have got the die set to this, but try and use any set you've got. If you haven't got a die set to it, you can fussy cut them around. And I've looked in my little stash of things I've already made, and I did find some, but I thought I'd show you how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to tape this waste part of my die, put the stamp into it, and each layered stamp I've put a black dot on an area so that I go to that area every time when I pick each stamp up. So popping my piece in now. I know that that's going to match up perfectly with that die cut. So giving that an ink in. Then going on to the next layer. So with that dot again, always going to the same point. Giving it another ink in. And this is using the same ink each time. And as you can see, the more layers you do with the same ink, it just gives it a more of a richer colour. So going on to the next one, putting the dot in the same place. And inking up. Obviously, I'm doing this poinsettia green. You can do it whatever colour you want. You can do it in reds if you want to. But I'm just going to keep the tones greens and browns today. popping that one on. I'm also going to show you later how to do the kissing technique. If you've not done it before or you've not heard of it, to do a kissing technique. Now this stamp is the last one I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it in a chocolate brown. And as you can see, that looks absolutely lovely. Just choose what colour combination you'd like to do one in. Now, the top is where I'm going to do the kiss technique onto a different leaf. So I'm going to do exactly the same there. Just put the outer in, pop in the stamp in that aperture just to get the correct position. And this stamp is it's not a pattern stamp, it's just a plain stamp. And I'm going to use this crackle one to do the kissing technique. So I'm using the same green again on that stamp. I'm going to put the chocolate brown onto the crackle and then just place that on top and give it a press. Stamp it down. And you can see the effect it has. So I'm going again with the green. And that's the kissing technique, where you're using another stamp on top of a plain stamp to make a different effect. Now in my tub of die cuts, I found some stags. So I thought I'm going to pop one on at the base there, but I want to ground him. And I did cut that sentiment out, but you'll see in a while I'm not going to use it. And I've just got some grey on that blending brush. And just doing a different orientation as well, but a lighter hand. Just for that stag to go on. So I'm going to start sticking things down. That's the one that I've done the stamping on. I accidentally picked a darker green one up that I'd already done prior to out of my little pot of stash. So my lighter green, what I've just done, is going on top. And I'm going to put a foam pad on that, just to elevate it that little bit. And I will have a look in my stash to see what gem I've got to put in the middle. The stag, that comes from a Stampin' Up. It's called Merry Patterns stamp set. It's not new, it's more than several years old. Now, as you can see, I've stamped out Peace, Love and Joy stamp set. And I've got a white Posca pen. I'm going to do the splatters just onto the foliage. And putting that black onto his eye. Now it's dried a little bit. So I've got my base, and I do like it without an edge, but I am going to put just a line, a faint line around that edge, just using a chocolate alcohol marker. Just to make it pop a little bit. And I've decided I'm going to put some tape on the back. Now, if you're looking at that roller tape and thinking, oh, that looks funny, for some reason, I've had it a long time, the middle fell out, and rather than waste my tape, I've just put some wax paper, and it keeps it in place. So putting that as centrally as I can. And that's my card done. I hope you've liked it. Like and subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll post real soon. Thank you for watching.